Spring is finally here. Something you'll notice when you're going to the farmer's market is how green everything is. There's tons of herbs, there's peas, there's sprouts. It's all happening right now. We're gonna make a salad that sort of celebrates all that. Let's get started. So this salad is basically three components. You have your peas and your sprouts, you have your dressing, and then you have this herby gremolata made with shallots and coconut. And to sort of take the edge off the shallot, we're gonna fry them. So I'm gonna start with a neutral oil like vegetable or canola and use about 1/3 of a cup. As the shallots start to cook in the oil, you'll notice them not only shrinking, but they'll start to sizzle a lot. And that's all the water in the shallot coming out. And you don't really need to stir, you can just swirl the skillet occasionally. And it happens pretty fast. The shallots are gonna continue to brown after you take them out of the oil, so you wanna scoop them out like right before they're perfectly golden. I'll always transfer them to a paper towel lined plate to kind of catch any residual oil. You wanna salt your shallots right after they come out of the oil so the salt sticks to them. So the other great thing about frying shallots is that then you're left with shallot oil. I'm gonna save it, pour it off into a little glass bowl and let it cool completely. The next part of our gremolata is toasted coconut, which I am totally obsessed with lately. I love the shape, I love the texture. I like doing this after the shallots. There's a little bit of oil up in the skillet, so it kind of gets them a little shiny. And the idea here is that you're not trying to get them all evenly toasted. You just kind of want to take the edge off, make it a little less raw tasting, and add a little bit of golden color to it. So once these are all nice and toasted, I'm gonna put them in a little bowl. I'm gonna add my shallots to that also. And while those are kind of cooling in the bowl, I'm gonna chop my herbs, and I'm using chives and mint. You take the raw onion taste out of the shallot, so you wanna kind of bring it back in. I love chives for that. It's a little bit more mild than a scallion, not as harsh as a raw shallot or onion. That was about a half a bunch of chives, which when you chop it's like 1/4 cup. And even though there'll be fresh mint leaves with the peas, I'm gonna chop some up for the gremolata as well. When I'm working with mint, I'll pick all the larger leaves and chop those, and then save like the cute little tiny tops for tossing into salads and garnish and things like that. And as with any herb that you're chopping, make sure your knife is very sharp. Otherwise you're gonna end up bruising the mint. You want like a nice fine chop, but don't kill yourself. You're not trying to puree the stuff. So now I'll just get in with my hands and kind of like massage it, let everything get to know each other in there. And last but not least, our final ingredient in the gremolata, lime zest, which is kind of like a nice departure from lemon, although that would work really nicely here too. To finally grate my lime zest, I'm gonna use a microplane, which is one of my favorite kitchen tools. I'm gonna add the zest right to the bowl. I'm sure you're noticing a theme here. It's like green on green on green. And then I'm gonna season it just because you wanna season everything. I'm using fancy salt for this. You can use kosher salt, but I'm really all about that texture right now. Then we are going to add everything to our snap peas. And you can do a really strong bias, expose all the cute little peas inside. I'm gonna mix everything right in the bowl. So to these, I'm gonna add pea sprouts. Pea sprouts with peas, it's like a match made in heaven. The measurements, loose guidelines. If you've got a really beautiful bunch of mint, I just sort of like to pick all the nicest leaves, throw them right in the salad. The moral of the story with this salad really is go to the market, see what looks good. If you have really beautiful herbs, you kind of can't go wrong. To season the salad, I'm gonna use the same limes that I used for the zest. I'll juice right into the salad and then taste it. If it needs a little bit more, I'll grab another lime, season it accordingly. So I've done my lime juice, and now I'm gonna season it with a little bit of fish sauce. And this adds some saltiness. This I will measure because it is kind of intense. This stuff is powerful, so proceed with caution. Remember that oil I fried all those shallots in? I'm gonna stir a little bit of it into my salad. A salad like this that has virtually no fat in it needs just a little bit to kind of round out all the really sharp flavors. Then I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. Again, season everything. So after I've mixed everything together, I let the salad sit for about 5 minutes, and this is gonna kind of soften the peas because they are raw, not blanched. Because I'm so excited about the salad, I'm gonna plate it family style. So I'm gonna do like a nice, beautiful layer of the salad, and then any residual dressing in the bottom you can just kind of spoon over. Now for that fun part of that gremolata you made, I don't wanna toss it in the salad. I just kind of want like bursts and pockets of flavor from the herbs and the texture from the coconut. If you have any mint left over, I would pluck some leaves and just kind of toss them over. And there you have it, our greener than green, super fresh, crunchy spring pea salad. For this and other spring recipes, go to bonappetit.com/spring.